Hi, I'm Nicolas Garbay, and I'm here to show you how DSNA uses Open Sky Network data. DSNA is a French air service provider. We provide services like air traffic control, flight information, and alert to airlines and any aircraft flying in the French airspace, in mainland, but also in exotic and the remote places very far away, like Tahiti. Since 2016, we develop our own tools for situation awareness in addition to ATM legacy tools, thanks to the rising of LM B2B services. Just to be clear, we don't control with these tools. We help controllers to have a better picture of the surrounding situation. Legacy tools have sometimes, or take sometimes, years to develop. But as you may know, air traffic controllers are not very well known to be patient. This is the beginning of our story, in fact. From the beginning of this platform until now, we have added a lot of services, and most of them are now used in operation in any air control center over France. So what we do? We provide information about the distribution of open sectors in the control room, closed sectors in the control room. We provide information about the next hour of traffic load in any sector, which is very useful during a heavy traffic period. We provide a more visual and more easier tool to understand which the flight route and the profile. And for that, we use the NN-B2B data also. But when it comes to dynamic data that reflects the actual situation, we need to go further. A lot of layers of weather information has been added to the tool, like convection, SIGMET, lightning, icing, with the help of the dedicated third parties with whom we have a contract for providing SwimMet services. And at least, the last but not least, the flight positions. Flight positions is a great feature to improve the HMI. And in terms of HMI, this makes a huge difference because the map you can see here is now the new entry point to access data. In terms of innovation possibility, it opens very exciting new feature also. It helps coordination between air traffic controllers. And most of all, we can evolve between being a data consumer and now we can be data producer. And what kind of data can we produce? In aviation, the most disturbing factors for the network are bad weather conditions. One of them, very difficult to predict, is a CAT, clear air turbulence. And this phenomenon is responsible for multiple casualties on board. And as air traffic controllers, this is our duty to inform pilots when we know about the presence of it. Pilots use to report this turbulence over frequency. It's called PIREPs, or pilot reports. We have the obligation to report this information to other pilots. This is the flight information service. It is also mandatory to report these informations to MET providers. Normally, we don't have much time to send messages to the MET providers, so this service is not very well executed. Sometimes we have to send mail or fax, whatever, but what we really want is to do it very quickly in 2 clicks maximum. So thanks to the field already embedded in the ADSB data, we can do so. The only fields we still have to fill are the kind of phenomenon, like turbulence, and their severity. All the rest is already embedded in the data, and we don't have to do anything else. So we can be provider for new data for turbulence, but we can also have icing, mountain waves, sandstorm, volcano ashes, all the fields necessary for complying with the ICAO needs, recommendations. So the big picture, the big issue is to be able to step by step be able to give this information to the MED provider. So we are going step by step with them, implementing the kind of format they want, the kind of format they are able to consume. So to do so, we created a new platform with a viewer to input the data. On the other side, Météo France, the MED provider, has to verify the integrity of data and prove that they can consume this data. The first step is now ready to take off. Gaël Courosé, who is in the audience today, and I will be more than happy to be able to talk with you during the Q&A or give you a live demo or what is it about. So what we need now, as you have certainly understood, we are working in an operational world. So we need a good coverage over France and over Europe. And I should say also a good coverage in a lower airspace. We need a strong infrastructure and architecture we can rely on, because when, as it occurred on the 7th of October, you had a failure in your system. We had a lot of feedback from the controllers who were very astonished not to have the data available anymore. We have to have an access to historical data over France for research and study purposes, because we are working on some post-ops new tools. We have to learn a lot about all the possibilities offered by ADSB. That's why we are here for these 2 days, in fact. And it's also the occasion for us to meet great people with great ideas, some research partners to work with. And we are very wide open to work with you if you are interested by what we are doing. So what we can offer? We can offer a multi-service platform to test new operational concepts and bring your ideas into operational world with a group of dedicated people, developers, controllers, and so on from the DSNA. To participate, in addition to the fact that we are paying the license to have access to the data, because we are using a lot of data and we are providing, distributing the data to more than 150 control working positions. We can participate or contributing to the network by adding some sensors. So that's why we asked Alan about a sensor that we could have in Clermont-Ferrand in the middle of France. And perhaps more to come, and perhaps why not in the next 70 or 80 new middle airport that we want to implement with FORMI2 in the future, and perhaps Eurocontrol can help us on that. Well, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Thank you. Bye-bye.